This is very
By a
dangerous.
landslide.
By a landslide. This is a dangerous one for Jake.
He needs to do it, though.
This is a dangerous fight for Jake. The kid has got balls the size of Manhattan.
Davis! 135 pounds.
People are that I'm sparring and being able to see how good they are and knowing how good Tank is, it's actually going to be my toughest test to date.
Logan Paul has openly voiced his concerns about his brother Jake stepping into the ring with a newly transformed Gervonta Davis, calling the fight dangerous and potentially Jake's toughest challenge yet. Logan points out that Davis has dramatically filled out and evolved, making him far tougher than fans expect. He draws a parallel to his own experience facing Floyd Mayweather Jr., noting that Davis now displays a blend of speed, sharp precision, and ring intelligence that echoes Mayweather's prime. Logan emphasizes that what appeared to be a mismatch in favor of Jake could flip the moment they hit the canvas. And that's why he's genuinely worried for his brother's safety and career trajectory.
Paul, Gervonta Davis has been confirmed. Guys, this fight is actually happening. Jake is a plus 155 underdog going into the fight and taking the biggest risk he's ever taken. It's going to be on Netflix. Now, this fight I will watch.
This one's crazy.
Please give me the weight. Please give me the fucking weight.
It's an exhibition. There is no weight.
There'll be no guy.
There'll be agreed weight.
A range?
Yeah, there'll be agreed weight in the contract. It has to be.
For Jake to come down.
Correct.
What will it be?
It'll probably be 195, maybe 200.
Still.
Bro, how is that possible?
I mean, bro, I did it with Floyd. You guys don't understand. Exhibitions are a real thing now. As long as people are watching, that's the metric.
Yes.
You know how tall? You know how tall Gervonta is?
I think he's like 5'5".
Not even.
He's probably 5'4".
Bro, okay, but you want to know what's going to happen in that fight? Because I'll tell you too.
Tell us.
Because I did the same thing. I fought a really crafty, much smaller fighter. His name was Floyd Mayweather.
He's a young Floyd, protege of Floyd.
In the prime, in his prime.
Yes.
Well, close, right?
No, Gervonta's, I think he's still in his prime.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, bro.
This is a different fight than you and Floyd.
This is very
By a landslide.
By a landslide. This is a dangerous one for Jake.
He needs to do it, though.
This is a dangerous fight for Jake. The kid has got balls the size of Manhattan.
Some analysts are raising eyebrows about the weight considerations for the Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul out. While Davis typically fights at 135 lbs and walks around substantially lighter, a handful of commentators speculate he could step on the scale closer to 160 pounds for this clash. This projected weight jump, some 25 pounds above his usual fighting class, would tighten the size differential and potentially enhance his power-to-it ratio, making the fight markedly riskier for Paul.
Be the most concerned about with Gervonta Davis. As we know, big exhibition coming up November 14th. We are going to do a live stream watch party for that. I don't know in what way, but we got to make it special. You guys know when I do these watch parties, they are insane. We want to have some guests. We may do a 24-hour. I'm not sure. Leave in the comments what you want to see, but we may be seeing the formulation of a game plan and tactics from this training footage from Gervonta Davis. And I think I may understand the key of what they want to do, how they want to go about it, and why Jake Paul might be in more trouble than I originally thought. What do I mean? The breakdown. Let's go.
He is the star of Weight Concept.
All right, so Calvin Ford, coach for Gervonta Davis, has been for pretty much since Gervonta started boxing. Sat down with Marcos over at Fight Hub. Shout out to Marcos for the footage, man. He's always killing the game with interviews and everything else. He sat down with Marcos, and they talked about Tank and potentially what he will do after the Jake fight, why he's doing the Jake fight, and what their biggest concerns are, which your biggest concerns end up being what you turn into your biggest weapons. The things you're most concerned about, you look to exploit because that's usually the other person's greatest strength, and behind it's their greatest weakness. So I'm going to take a look at this interview and show you guys why I think Jake might actually be in a little more trouble than I originally thought with this fight, and why I'm going to be more excited to see what Tank brings if the mindset is where I think it is.
So how are we with everything, man? How's Tank been?
In a good headspace, great headspace, looking good.
Show the adult clarified that Tank is not the lightweight figure people imagine. In reality, he's compact and muscular with a frame built for power. This explains how he's able to generate such explosive force despite standing shorter than most opponents. Show Eyes also pointed out that Davis's natural strength gives him a physical advantage, even when fighting men who seem bigger on paper. His conditioning, balance, and ability to control distance allow him to deliver knockout blows with frightening precision. That's why calling him small is misleading. Tank may fight in lower divisions, but he carries the body and power of a much larger athlete.
Much larger athlete.
He can yield that type of weight. He's a bowling ball. He ain't a little guy like you guys say. The Tanky Wanky say he's a little guy. But I got more receipts. Do you guys remember what, 2 years ago against Mario Barrios to make 140? He was coming down in weight.
144.1.
Weighing in at 144 plus. Huh? I even got more receipts for you guys. Remember against Ryan Garcia, right? You saw him backing on snacky cakes and all kind of Skittles and shit, you know, for the all access with him versus Ryan Garcia. I think this was like episode 2 or something. It was hilarious. But he goes in the store and they have to weigh him. And in that store, he weighs 150 pounds.
Good, thank you.
How much I weigh?
154.
154?
Yes, sir.
All right, weigh me one more time.
All right, 150.
150? What is on? All right, bet.
And then the most famous audio leak that the War Room made famous that we sent out and it went viral when Team Tank said that Gervonta Tank Davis walks around at 160 pounds.
He ain't gonna never want to fight at 135 again.
British boxer Dave Allen offered a more balanced take on the matchup. He admits he never liked Jake Paul's fights against Mike Tyson or Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. because they felt like publicity stunts. However, he believes the Gervonta Davis fight might be different. Allen says as long as no one gets seriously hurt, it is fine because it is an exhibition that entertains the fans. He acknowledges that while Jake may not be a world-class boxer, his fights create conversations that benefit the sport. People want to see how far Jake can go and how Tank handles someone so much larger.
Someone so much larger.
In an exhibition. The thing with Jake Paul, I think he's a good area title level fighter, and that's a good level. Like, and you can be proud of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's good. But the Mike Tyson fight I didn't like. The Chavez fight was just farcical because he's 10-11 years past his best, up 6 weight divisions. But less of a problem because Chavez wasn't in his 50s. Fighting MMA guys, again, he's fighting people that don't do the same, they're not even in the same sport. But while they're a bit older, they're still not in the 50s. So all that stuff, I won't really watch any of it. I think I've watched one fight against Tommy Fury, the only professional boxer in and around his prime years, and he got beat. But I think his area title level, I think he works really hard, I think he trains hard, and I don't think he's a bad fighter at all. I don't think he's a good fighter, but he's not a bad fighter. For his experience, he's not bad at all. But Gervonta Davis is a lightweight. So, by all means, if they make a few quid and nobody gets hurt, then great. But I certainly wouldn't be paying a penny to watch it. I think it's just absolutely ridiculous, farcical. Who wants to watch an exhibition? Gervonta Davis is in his prime years. Why is he wasting his time? Why is he not having a rematch with the fella he got a draw with? Why is he not fighting? Why is he not going up a weight and fighting Lopez and Garcias and them fighters? Why is he fighting Jake Paul in an exhibition?
Claressa Clarissa Shields has raised pointed concerns about Gervonta Davis's next steps now that his high-profile matchup with Jake Paul is looming. She questions his decision to hint at retirement so soon, arguing that if he truly believes himself among the sport's elite, he should instead be facing marquee challengers such as Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. Shields and other boxing voices believe that by sidestepping these fights, Davis risks the perception of avoiding real competition and opting for lucrative crossover bouts instead. On the other hand, some observers point out that Davis has been dealing with significant mental and emotional burden in recent years, tensions that may influence his decision-making far more than the public realizes.
I don't care what nobody say. Gervonta got skills out this world. He's a scary dude. He's scary. Ain't no way he say he's supposed to come back and get Shakur, Devin, Ryan, Teofimo, whoop all these. Now he like, I'm about to retire after I fight Jake. No, I don't let nobody talk about me like that. The way that Shakur disrespect him, the way that Devin talked to him, the way that Ryan, he already knocked out Ryan. The way that these dudes be talking, he supposed to come back and get them. He the man, right? He where everybody say is the best. I ain't leaving no food on the table. When I'm done boxing, I'm whooping all these girls. They all getting beat. You said you can beat me? Oh, okay, I'm gonna figure out where to get you. You just wait.
Robert Garcia offers a nuanced veteran's perspective on the Davis clash with Jake Paul, suggesting that
Robert Garcia offers a nuanced veteran's perspective on the Davis clash with Jake Paul, suggesting that while there's no outright fault in Davis taking the bout, the timing raises questions. According to Garcia, fighters who've built legendary status typically pursued monumental, career-defining fights once their legacy was already well established. In Davis's case, Garcia argues the big, meaningful matchups that cement greatness, fights against leading champions like Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney, are still outstanding. From his vantage point, the Paul bout resembles a flashy detour rather than a step toward boxing immortality. By choosing spectacle before substance, Davis risks diluting his standing among purists, and Garcia fears this could look like skipping a chapter rather than building one.
Contest before something like that, but I don't know. What's your just take on the whole thing?
I'm not very interested. That doesn't excite me. I know it's going to do really good numbers. I know they're making a lot of money, which is good for them, good for Tank, because in boxing that's what everybody looks for. I think it's, the good thing is they announced it as an exhibition, which is, I'm okay with it. Everybody does it. Mayweather has done it. Ali did it. The only thing, my personal opinion is Tank. They all did it when they had already accomplished so much. They already did so much. Mayweather did everything in boxing and accomplished everything. Muhammad Ali did the same, and many others that have done it. I think Tank never gave us the fights that we really wanted. Never really gave us those challenges. He never really challenged himself. He didn't give Rhodes that rematch, which he should have. Mayweather did it when he had a hard time with Maidana and Castillo. Right away, he did the rematches to prove everybody wrong, and look at what he did. He beat him clearly. So Tank should have done the same. He didn't. That I could criticize, but then at the end also, if you're making 30 to 50 million, I don't even know what he's making to fight, to have an exhibition against just Jake Paul, I would have asked. I would do the same.
No one would say no to that.
If I had one of my fighters get an offer to fight a big celebrity, a big YouTuber for $20-30 million, I would probably do the same. So I don't blame him. It's boxing. At the end of his career, 20 years from now, nobody's gonna care of how many belts he won or who he fought.
Meanwhile, Charleston White dismisses Jake Paul's career as nothing more than entertainment disguised as boxing. He argues that none of Jake's fights have had the genuine feel of a professional bout. They are carefully staged exhibitions made to generate views and money. According to him, Jake has not yet stepped into the ring with a real top-tier boxer who would truly test his skill and endurance. Charleston's words reflect the frustration of many boxing purists who believe Jake is playing the system, using boxing as a marketing tool rather than a craft. Charleston believes that if Jake ever faces someone like Gervonta Davis, the difference will become painfully obvious. Davis's training, reflexes, and experience against world champions would expose Jake's lack of depth. For White, Jake's popularity cannot hide the reality that exhibitions do not build legends. Real fights do. Charleston White.
Real fights do.
Charleston White. And Charleston White gave his review and what he thought about the Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul fight. And what he said was, look, man, do not pick against Jake Paul because he didn't believe that any of the fights that Jake Paul have had to date really have been a real thing. And that the boxing world is looking for that great WHITE hype. And Jake Paul is going to be that guy, even though he really can't do it in a real boxing match. So he was basically reflecting and saying that he, you know, the saying where they say, believe a half of what you hear, half of what you see and none of what you hear. He adjusted it to say, don't believe anything you hear and anything you say, anything that you hear and anything that you see. And honestly, man, when it comes to internet boxing, YouTube boxing, and what people say is going on in the media, without a doubt, I think Charleston White is 100% right about that. Don't believe anything you hear. Don't believe anything you see. Wait to see how things play out, and ultimately everything will come out in the wash. Well, going into this fight with Gervonta Davis, I had my concerns about the fight because of the same type of reasoning that Charleston White used, except for mine is slightly different. I don't think that either one of these guys are going to try to do too much damage to each other. Number one, because if it's scripted, which more than likely to an extent it will be, Gervonta Davis is not going to put himself in a situation where Jake Paul is going to actually be able to hurt him.
However, not everyone believes Tank can beat Jake Paul. Some analysts urge fans to be realistic and remember that weight classes exist for a reason. They argue that Tank's power and explosiveness are unmatched at lightweight and super featherweight. But facing a naturally heavier opponent like Jake changes everything. Boxing is a sport where physics matters. A 135 pounds fighter moving up against someone who walks around above 190 pounds faces serious disadvantages in reach, strength, and durability. These analysts point out that Tank's punches might not have the same effect on someone as large as Jake. Even if Tank lands clean shots, Jake's heavier frame might absorb them differently.
All of a sudden, we want to know, who will win in this fight? Jake Paul or Tank Davis? It's a legit question. And I actually want to really hear your thoughts on who do you think is going to win. Because I know what Vegas is saying, but I want to know what you think. You got
Personally, I think Tank too little, bro.
Yo,
I think Tank too little.
I'm so glad you have a brain on your fucking shoulder.
I think Tank too little.
I said, bro.
I think Tank's too little. That's what I'm saying. That weight class is for a reason.
Davis
that weight class is for a reason.
5'5", 135 pounds. Jake Paul is 6 feet, 205 pounds.
That's what I'm saying.
Dog.
He's too
6'1",
little.
205. Everybody's like, yeah, bro, but Tank it only takes one good punch. Yes, it takes one good punch when you're about the same size. There's a 60, 70 pound difference in weight in these people. I don't think nobody puts the physics in mind. Jake Paul gets punched in the face by dudes 200 pounds with all their might on a weekly basis. 135 pound puncher, bro. If y'all remember the Mayweather versus Conor McGregor fight, Conor walks around like 180 on the regular. He's like 5'9", 180. Mayweather's like 5'7", 145. That 30 pound difference, bro. If you remember that fight, Mayweather was putting mittens on Conor. Guess what happened to Conor? He didn't hit the ground once.
No.
He lasted all 12 rounds getting hit with flurries. I'm talking about Mayweather was having his time. He's being cocky with it, hitting him with all kind of combos. And we're watching the last 3 rounds of that shit like, yo, knock him out. And you know what? He could not knock him out because Conor gets punched by people that are 170, 180 pounds on a regular. And just that 20, 30 pound difference, it was like impossible for him to do anything. And that's exactly what I feel like is going to happen versus Jake and Tank.
Despite all the skepticism,
many fans find Jake Paul's involvement in boxing entertaining. The fight has received both criticism and excitement because it adds curiosity to the sport. Some purists dismiss it as a money grab, but others see it as a way to bring new energy to boxing. Jake Paul has a unique ability to elicit a response from people whether they love him or hate him. Every time his name is attached to a fight, attention follows. Viewers tune in not only to see him win, but also to see if he will finally lose. That unpredictability makes boxing feel alive again. Even traditional fans admit that Jake's presence adds drama that boxing has lacked for years. The sport thrives on rivalries and big personalities, and Jake gives that spark even if his skills are still developing.
developing.
A lot of people said, this is bad for boxing, this is bad for boxing. Mate, calm down, calm down. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of him, but he's bringing a lot of eyes to boxing. A lot of eyes to boxing. He's doing great for boxing. I don't care what everyone thinks. The weight difference is mad though. Lightweight to, God knows, cruiserweight or whatever the hell he is. Oh, Gervonta might get thumped up, you know. Hey, if he gets bashed up, I can never go on TikTok live again. The TikTok warriors are going to give me a hard time. They're going to say Jake Paul is undisputed. Oh my God, he's the best thing since sliced bread.
At the same time, Gervonta
Davis's story is one of raw survival, not just sporting success. Raised in West Baltimore amid neglect, foster care, and the absence of his parents, Davis discovered boxing early as a way out of the chaos. He hasn't forgotten the nights he slept outside the gym, the fights on the block, or the looming threats of violence that surrounded him. Even after achieving financial comfort and major titles, he remains driven by the fear of going back to the life he escaped. That mindset fuels his every move inside and outside the ring. For Davis, each punch is a decoration. His past doesn't define him, and he refuses to return to it. The clash between Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul not only pits spectacle against legitimacy, but spotlights a pivotal moment in Davis's career. With his legendary status still unfinished, and veterans like Robert Garcia cautioning that the timing of this event sends the wrong message, the broader question looms. Will this fight elevate Davis or quietly erode his standing among boxing purists? The risk isn't just in the ring, it's in how the outcome shapes his legacy.
I like when it's all said and done and when you guys go off, they go into the next man. So if y'all can make a big payday, go get that payday. The sport of boxing don't love you. And that's the problem with this sport. It's like what Jake Paul did, man, it's crazy, but people getting paid off of it.
Yeah.
So if he can call any one of y'all out and y'all can get that payday, I say go get it, baby. I'm not mad at it.
For me, and I'm not mad at this move at all for Tank Davis, but I think when it comes to boxing fans, there's an essence that comes with this sport, and it's an essence that hasn't been lost, unlike other sports.
What do you think? Is Davis making a smart move by taking this fight now, or is he skipping a crucial chapter? Drop your thoughts below.